not be able to hear anything because it would be constant.
Okay.
All right, you feel like the orientation is
We're
good?
good.
Everything is good? Okay,
Yep.
give me the 3, 2, 1.
You're on.
Welcome back
3,
to
2, 1.
Urban Candy. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Happy Friday night. Happy cocktail night. Cheers, my dears, everyone. As you can see, we are not in the studio tonight. Is that going to get too much
Nope,
feedback?
go ahead, you're good.
We're good?
You're good.
We are here with many members of the White Mountain Woolen Magic. Yeah, I'm drinking a mudslide, right? So there's going to be a lot of snafus. I'm sitting here with Kathy Lynch. I know you don't want to be just for a second. And Grace Collette, right? The iconic Grace Collette over here. There's a bunch of buddies sitting around us. So we will have the opportunity tonight to kind of poke around and see what everybody's working on. It kind of reminds me of like a Tupperware party. Remember? Or like an Avon party. I hope so. Don't you think they must have? Looking at all those little tiny Avon lipsticks.
Tupperware lipsticks.
Well, you know the Avon ladies have those. Remember those little
Avon.
mini? It's kind of one of those. But we are sitting around having fun. Eileen, what town are we in?
Auburn, New Hampshire.
Auburn, New Hampshire. So we are here because tomorrow is going to be the talk at the Guild, Saturday morning. And we're going to be talking about, well, I don't know if it'll be a spoiler alert, but mostly Maud Lewis. And then I added a little bit of Magdalena Briner Eby and a little bit of Grandma Moses. Because I thought triple whammy, naive women, right? That didn't sound right, but. So, yeah, so let me spring up. Do you want to show me what you're working on first or no?
No.
You want to finish your drink? All right, I'm coming back to you. You think you're off the hook. Margit, can I see what you're working on?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Do you want to come around here?
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
whimsical chicken.
Ooh, whimsical chicken. Let me get my glasses on. That is super. Now, I have to ask, are you going to be doing the sunflower challenge as well?
Yes.
Good.
I haven't started
Just checking.
We're making her do
Well,
it.
it's miles away, isn't
Because
it?
I'm gonna make her do it.
There's going to be a lot of sunflowers in this show. Well, there were a lot of pumpkins last year. Do you remember the pumpkins when we did the show at the Deerfield Fair, that wall of pumpkins? And the sort of trick of it was that you had to do a pumpkin that was not orange. So remember all of the pumpkins came up, like Cinderella's pumpkin, the Coach and white pumpkins, and all kinds of puzzly pumpkins. It was really stunning, wasn't it? And this year it's going to be sunflowers.
Sunflowers.
But in the meantime, Margaret is working on
chickens.
something else. And this is going to go on the Deerfield show, right, eventually?
Oh, well,
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm gonna answer for her.
Yeah, I mean, this looks absolutely beautiful. So is this one of your patterns, or is this somebody?
No, it's a pattern. Unfortunately, I don't remember. Mary, someone I bought it a while ago, and it was a square pattern.
Okay.
So I stretched it. I added a little bit and made some changes to the original pattern.
So was it originally like this with the two
Yeah,
flap?
they
my
were just with a
gosh.
couple with several flowers in different corners. So
Okay.
I changed that, and
That.
hopefully this is gonna be.
I love the way you've got lots of textures. Like this is a nice kind of roving texture, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit with more hairy fibers. In it.
Yeah. Ooh, I love the
Um,
shape of the bird too. Isn't that great and
So
folky?
Still, it's
It's coming
in
along
process.
great. I love his big fat legs too. I can identify with that.
Yeah. Manchester is a city of the chicken tender, so there you go.
Is
got
it really?
inspired.
Is Manchester like chickens?
No, it's actually the capital of
Chicken
chicken
tenders.
tenders.
Seriously.
Capital of
That
the
is
world.
where
Really?
chicken tenders got invented, and they just got the official.
Yes.
I'm trying to tell if they were joking. They are not
I'm
joking.
not
There's
joking.
a,
It's a thing.
there's a podcast we can link you to about it.
Okay, so they have invented the chicken tender.
Yeah.
Well, that is brilliant. I knew I liked the sound of
There
this
you go.
place.
See the chicken tenders. They
There he
got-
is. He's still alive on the farm. And I love the textured wool of like the black watch that you put into your flour.
That is actually was one fabric.
Oh, yeah.
And when I started using it, because originally I planned on having different colors, different flowers, and then when I started this, I said, oh, it looks like mom's. So I'm using it for all four,
Okay.
because in that way I'm hoping that the chicken pops better versus having
I think
all
it's gonna be
different
great. There'll be a
colors.
lot of sort of continuity with having them all the same. Now, what are you gonna do about the spots in the border?
I'm not sure what the background color is going to be, but it will have some of the colors from the wings will reappear in those rings.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
So
Have you been hooking for a long time?
no,
Ooh.
not at all. A year, 1.5 years, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And my first
Yeah,
finished
smart.
piece was actually part of that pumpkin challenge.
Oh, stop it. Which one was it?
The one which had with a pumpkin with a little mouse on the side.
I remember
and
that.
smoke coming out
I
of it.
talked about that quite a bit.
You did.
I remember that. That was an
And,
excellent
And
pumpkin.
that was my first piece.
Great job. Well, you're
And
doing it.
so it's, thank you.
You're welcome. You're doing a great job. I just love this piece, but you're thinking about the background colors still.
The background is gonna be this grayish.
Ooh, okay.
So at least if I'm not sure what the outer background
I
is
see.
gonna be, that's, I don't know if it's blue or not sure. Probably once I have the color, then I will see.
It'll all
what
come
actually-
together.
what
Yeah.
fits.
That's the hardest thing, isn't it? So your style is normally to just start cooking and see how it goes as you go along, and you make decisions kind of based
Yeah,
on how it's
I had this all copied, painted,
Yeah.
all with colors
Okay.
planned out, and as I started, I see, oh, I like the color better, but I haven't done that many pieces yet to really, not sure, but it sounds like that could be my stuff.
I absolutely love it.
The last
Super
minute.
fun. Seems like this guild does a lot of primitive. Am I off there? It seems like there's a lot of people who favor, Kathy definitely does a lot of
Kathy
primitive
does, yeah.
stuff. Grace, you don't, but there is
No.
quite a bit.
We have, I think we have a diverse.
Okay, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we have a couple of our members who hook beautiful fine cuts, threes, fours wide cut
Yeah,
to
well, you
them.
do both too, because I
I like
remember
both,
your stuff from the
correct.
show. And
Yeah.
some of your landscapes and stuff are crazy, the
Yeah.
scene from Wood, like,
Yep.
it was like a quarry or something.
Yep, the
Yeah.
quarry, yep. Yes.
So pretty. Margaret, this is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
I
thank you so much.
absolutely love it. Can we see if our buddies are commenting, if they have any
They
questions
are.
so far?
No questions yet.
Okay, well, great to see everybody. Happy Friday night. Different format tonight, but it is great to see you. And I am super grateful to Eileen for hosting us here in her place, because otherwise we wouldn't have had a show tonight, right? We would have been kind of stuck for a show. So this is very nice to be able to do content with such a talented group to boot.
Maybe we're starting something.
Maybe we're starting something like a road trip.
Great travel and
Yeah,
cocktail
but
time.
there's gotta be some damn mudslides every time.
I like
I
that
said
sound of
mudslide, it's the drink of rug hooking.
The drink of rocket, I'll go along with that. But also, I won't, should I not say your special
You can
recipe?
say the special. You can-
They're like caramelized Cheetos.
Yes,
That's crazy.
they're fabulous.
That's just crazy. They
Yes.
are Cheetos, like regular Cheetos,
Regular
Well, the crunchy
Cheetos.
like the
crunchy
orange
Cheetos,
ones,
the orange.
hots or the
We
diarrhea
have tried them with
Cheetos.
flaming hots. I prefer them not.
Yes.
Jay's gonna eat
They
them.
are, they are so
good.
good. You know what they remind me of? Chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
I mean, just the
Mm.
way that it
Oh,
looks,
see,
right?
there you go. Yeah. No, I love them.
I see it.
So good.
Oh my God.
They're the best.
It's hard to describe how good this is.
Mm.
It really is crazy.
I know that and mudslide, and you'll be so creative.
I'm thinking this is not.
You'll
on
think
a
you're
Mediterranean
creative.
diet.
No, not at all.
And
Hey, I didn't
steak
get this
in it?
way eating celery, so that's what I said.
You look
It's true.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
Should we come around here?
Mm.
Linda, I'm gonna have a hard time reaching you back
Oh,
there.
you are?
But you can flip your thing around a little bit.
I can,
Yeah.
I can,
We can see it from here.
That's me. That's part of our. This is our sunflower challenge
Mm-hmm.
for the guild.
Mhm.
We did a single sunflower and a triple sunflower. And use the criteria this year is use something other than wool, add something other than wool. So I have yarn in here. I have part of my, when I take apart those rugs from Goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all.
Oh, with
found-
all the ribbons, oh, that's.
The ribbons, this is all
Yes.
silk and kind of nylon
So-
rayon.
Mhm.
And then this is wool, the background is regular wool, but I wanted people to do an embellishment or make it a little bit creative because we're gonna call them fun flowers.
Okay. Clever.
Right, you have to push yourself a little bit.
I wonder, oh, Michelle Micarelli's calling.
Hi, Michelle.
All right, I'm gonna have to do this for now, though. Sorry, Michelle, if you're live, sorry, I can't take an actual call, but leave a comment here in the thread. Miss you, haven't seen you for ages. Love you, sorry. 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 I don't even know how to use my own phone. Now, what do you think the wackiest fiber is that people are gonna throw into this thing?
I don't know. I probably have a little cat hair in mine. 'Cause that comes with the territory. I just want people to be, I mean, it's a good recycling, t-shirts.
It's good to get people to sort of stretch a little bit.
I think you need to stretch because once you stretch, you can't ever go back. Like
No.
the pumpkins, people thought they couldn't hook a pumpkin that wasn't orange, but when you saw the pumpkins,
The pumpkins were
Were fantastic. I
over the
was-
top.
awed at the skill of people and the creativity.
Everybody's was so different. Like there was none that didn't have something original and special. There was no like doubling up or
Yeah.
they were each super special. And I know that the sunflowers will be the same.
Right.
So it's either the one or the three.
There's a triple. We have two patterns and it's like a gift to the guild as well. So
Okay.
you can get either or both patterns. And we'll display them all at the Deerfield Fair.
Yes.
God, what a
And
lot of
Deanna,
fun.
she's our president, and if we don't do what she says, we're in big trouble.
Oh,
Right.
Linda's the president.
Yes.
I'm
I'm
getting,
president with Lee's. Lee's and I are co-presidents. And I'm the more bossy one.
you were by yourself.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because you know what? They have to do it.
Yeah.
That's my rule.
No, I agree. I feel
I
like,
give them Cheetos.
yeah.
If they
Well, I mean,
do
that
it.
is a fair exchange
It
for
is.
sure. No, if you're not really aggressive, sometimes people just let things fall by the wayside. And
I need a push every
Yeah.
once in a while
oh,
too.
God, yes. God, yes. No, I think that's great. I can't wait to come. What time of year was that?
It's
September?
the last Thursday in September
Okay.
always.
Yeah, we'll definitely come back.
It's that weekend. It's starts the last Thursday of September, runs Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That was an extraordinary fair. I mean, that was a
It's-
huge fair.
And I told everyone we have to put rugs in. We have to promote. We want people to learn how to rug hook and see what we can do with one pattern, how different it can be, because it'll appeal to everybody.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that when we were there, oh my gosh, lots of comments. I noticed that a lot of people were looking and asking questions. So
Right.
that's
Exactly what we want.
yeah. You wanna, first one's free, just kidding. You wanna, leave a little bread.
Do you want, I was just gonna
Oh,
say,
let
did
me
you want to
see.
scroll through real
I
quick?
wish I wore my other glasses, but let's see. Kaz, happy Friday night. Great to see you. Michelle, great to see you. Happy Friday night. I might have to put my other glasses on. She is in Texas. Can't wait to arrive at my door. Can't wait for you to arrive at my door. Here we are. Great to see you. Thank you so much for your messages this week too. Really, really sweet and helpful. Thank you. Melanie logged on. Happy Friday night. Hooray from sunny and cool Washington State. Becky, great to see you. You logged on. Good evening. What an exciting night. Hello to all of the White Mountain Woolen Magic Guild. So fun to be watching this. Hello from balmy Kansas. Oh, great to see you, Moss Rose. And Lisa, great to see you. Hello, happy Friday night. Cheers, my dears. Linda H. in Massachusetts, great to see you. Kirsten, hello in Vermont. Jennifer, great to see you. Wee, it's Friday night. It is Friday night. Cheers, my dears. Linda in New Jersey, great to see you. Priscilla, hello in Ohio. And I'm just going to catch up on the chat. And Catherine, great to see you. Cocktail night to all. And there's a lot of people logged on tonight. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people who want to share the fun and see what you all are doing, I think. I'm gonna get, there's a lot of buddies on. Are you able to read the comments too?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Tell me if there are questions.
All right.
A delicious pie, Judy said. Dave logged on. I'm glad that someone asked. I made,
They were talking about kitchen sink pizza before.
oh my gosh. Is that what he's having?
That's
Kitchen
that's what
pizza?
they're, yeah.
He did dough with the bread machine and he's topping it up with leftovers. Everything but the kitchen sink. Holy mackerel, that sounds like fun. Well, we have an excellent spread here too.
Hmm.
I'm usually super jealous of what's in his mouth, but tonight I am very satisfied with what we got. Michelle says, I feel my insulin coming unhinged.
That was for the Cheetos.
The Cheetos.
Oh my God. No, God, they are brilliant though. The colors of the sunflowers are gorgeous, Gail says. Gail's in Australia.
Oh, thank you, Kim.
Gail, do they have sunflowers in Australia, I wonder?
It's summer now there in
Yeah.
Australia.
Gosh, I wonder. They are such a beautiful, happy flower. Ruth, great to see you. Country gal, great to see you. I'll leave this here for a little while
Yeah, yeah.
as we cruise around.
Yeah.
Kathy, are you ready for me?
Oh, sure.
I love this. Now, you put this into one of the recent gallery nights. We saw that, and since then you've been working on the whipping
Yes, which is not one of my favorite things to do.
because it's boring.
I'd rather be cooking it.
Yeah, I agree. Now, do you normally finish your piece, or do you do the UFO thing for several
No, I
years?
try.
Well, yeah, it's fun both ways, but it is just another step. Now, how long do you expect that whipping is going to take you to go right around the edge?
Probably another 2 days.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hopefully by Monday. And you have to mention that you dyed this for me.
I did. That's a nice
Perfect match.
stone gray, kind of a stone blue gray kind of a color.
Can you hold it up so we can see the whole rug?
Oh, it's such a goodie. They're gonna, yeah, that's a great skein, isn't it? And it should be plenty, right?
Oh, yes, very
It's
much
tons.
so.
All right, just wanted to
Hold
be
it-
sure.
Oh yeah.
And I don't remember whose pattern it is. It might be blue tulip, but it's.
The woolly fox.
Oh, the woolly fox. Okay.
Now, who's that? Is that, who's Woolly Fox? Barbara,
Carol.
thank you. Yep. So, yeah, beautiful design. It's just like a Magdalena Bryan or Evie,
It's
isn't
an
it? The dog.
adaptation of an antique rug.
Mhm.
The old one was all very dark,
Yeah.
but I wanted to put this in a bathroom that's lighter, so,
Are you gonna put it on the floor?
yeah,
Okay, yeah, you should. It looks very sturdy.
yeah. it
It's
should be
gonna make
fine.
the long run. Yeah, it looks absolutely beautiful. You love your primitive hooking.
That's where I'm most comfortable.
Yeah. Why do you think? Do you just like the wool strips the best, or does it go?
Our last meeting, we had to bring, Linda asked us to bring our first rug or our most favorite rug. So
Ooh.
I brought the very first thing I ever did, which was in 1979,
Mhm.
and we only used 3 and 4s, and 4 was a wide cut. And then in swatches, I mean, you never thought about using a texture, it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
But then it evolved into the primitives, and I just enjoy them much more than the fine my friend does.
So Grace does, yeah. Grace, you do a lot of very fine stuff too. I mean, you've got some incredibly fine stuff with all the trapunto and the beading, and that's over the top.
Well, I'm nearsighted, so that works out good.
Yeah. it works out. So this is so strange to me. Like in 1970s, you were hooking rugs.
Yeah, 79, I was teaching a needlepoint class in a small shop in Northwood, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And the shop owner was teaching the other side of the room.
Yeah.
And I kept looking over at her, and I said, I think I want to try that.
Yeah.
So I started taking lessons from her. But back then, we only used swatches and.
Yeah. So
razor
you would
blades.
have to buy so many of the pre-dyed swatches, like the Cushing swatches
Exactly.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And then did you just hope for the best, that you had enough to finish the piece, or you?
No, I hope that she had more dye for that I could buy.
Yeah. That must have become expensive.
It was, but it wasn't to buy a swatch. I think
Yeah.
$6 for
Yeah.
7 or 8 values.
Well, it's so funny to see the old patterns because the price is like $1.50, $2. I mean, it's the prices of some of the
Yeah.
patterns. The early Perla gowns from Sturbridge Village, it's like $2 or $3. I mean, it's just unthinkable that they could have ever come in at that kind of a price.
And then we'd go up to Joan Moshimer's in Kennebunk,
Oh.
and she would have a big basket of her seconds. And those were the patterns that you wanted to look at, because they were a lot less expensive.
Now, where
Oh,
was she in
man.
Kennebunkport? Like in relation to like the Algonquin and the, do you
She was
remember?
right on the main street.
Was she, where the little drawbridge is?
I don't remember a drawbridge, but it was right like in the
Well, there's a
center.
bridge, it's not a drawbridge,
Oh.
is it? Or maybe sometimes it is. There's a little bridge, right, going around the corner, but she was right there on the main
She was
street.
in the main, yeah.
Whoa.
You used to go up there too, right, Grace?
All the time,
Right.
yeah.
And was she normally in the store?
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, I lived around the corner from her best friend. So anytime we're open on Saturdays.
Okay.
So anytime there was a holiday during the week, we'd bomb up there,
Oh, God, yeah.
check out, and it was always a big thrill to go over there because she would have something new all the time. She had this big rack of patterns that she designed, and she had hooked every single one of them.
Oh, my gosh.
And they were all finished.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
just
and they were
unfinished.
beautiful. And the same pattern still for sale.
She did mostly the narrow cuts. She wouldn't have touched the primitives either.
Not really.
Yeah, I started in the 70s the same
Yeah.
as she did. And I didn't know there was such a thing other than a 3-cut. I don't think there was.
I don't think no one used that.
Yeah, yeah. So nobody, because the Joel and Kate Kopp book came out right around then, right? The book on hooked rugs. And they included lots of antique books lots of antique rug images.
Right.
But I guess it didn't make people want to
Right.
hook them. Wasn't really a thing.
When I learned how to hook, if I went to Joan Marshman's, I bought a package of dye was 25 cents.
Yeah.
And I didn't buy anything already dyed. We all dyed, chopped up our clothes and dyed what we had. And you could, there were woolen mills everywhere. And you could go in the woolen mills and they always had barrel by the pound.
That is so
Yeah,
neat.
there was one in Manchester where you could do that.
Yeah, and,
Pandora.
Pandora?
Yeah.
yeah, the Gonic Mills and Berwick Mills, they were all around.
So when I think about, like, I don't know if you know the answer to this, but when I think about Joan Moshimer's iconic pieces like her little houses, that was still in a 3 or a 4, the way she hooked it, you know, the little houses that repeat like a quilt pattern, probably still a 3 and a
Probably.
4.
I don't know the pattern, but she always did it.
Did a catalog of her patents and hand drew every, besides
Yeah.
drawing them large, she hand drew, I still have her catalog.
I have it too. I love it. It's like a moment in time.
Yeah,
And what was she like to talk to? Was she very forthcoming with information and help?
she had a lady work in her store who remembered every person
Oh,
and remembered who was working on what, and every time you would just start right off where you ended last time you saw her. And she was always, oh my goodness, you couldn't wait to see her,
yeah.
and so helpful with all kinds of questions. Very cheerleader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's just a different, like, I'm not making comparisons, but just a different school of customer service and everything than it is now. Because now, I mean, it happens so often that people who are new to the craft feel very pressured and end up spending more than they want. And then, you know, you get sticker shock, buyer's remorse. And, you know how you feel when you spend too much on something. It's not a good feeling. But it seems like then, at least at Joan Moshimer's, that it was a lot more.
And a lot more is online now. Then
True.
we don't have that walk-in.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's a big loss. So do either of you know, did she close the store like when she passed away or before?
Her, when she passed away, her son, her husband
Yeah.
took over the store,
Yeah.
and he ran it, and they sold off her property, and he moved it back to where they were making all the dyes. And then his name was Jesse, and then Jesse was not a hooker. He was just trying to hold everything together.
Yeah.
He was a real sweet guy. And then he sold it as it is today. Her best friend was Ruth Hall, and Joan sold her patents and Ruth's patents, and they're still sold at Cushing today.
Oh, great. So they're not lost. Isn't it the worst
The
when
Sam Miller
patterns
has
get
them all.
lost? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, that is so nice. Because we still think of Joan Moshimer as iconic, right? Just like forever. She's forever one of the big names. And I knew that she had a store there, but I didn't know anything about it. I know a few years ago, I went to not Kennebunkport, but Kenny Wool was still there. And now I think they've moved further up toward, what's the tip? What's the town in the tip?
I don't know where Campbell moved to. Do you, Linda?
What's after the park and everything? What's that famous resort area at the tip of Maine? Come on.
Bar Harbor?
Yes, no.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is Bar Harbor.
Yeah. To see that.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
that's
correct.
absolutely Bar Harbor.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's. It's so, I mean, it's so far up now and there's no more rock stores around there. That is so interesting. Kathy, do you want to show us the little Magdalena tree that you did? Sorry. It's so pretty. It came out so good.
And this is one of your patents.
It is. We did this as a hook along. We must have done it in December.
November,
November,
December.
December, yeah. And I love how you shook it up because I had it with the green, like pantyhose in the background with the white tree. And you did it more traditional colors with the green tree with the red baubles.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I did yarn and wool, so it's a
Yeah.
combination.
And you used the door sparkly wool, right? Is that what the
Yeah.
red is?
No, the red is a yarn.
Okay.
The green
Oh,
is
that's right.
a Dora sparkly wool.
Gosh, that's
That's
so
the yarn.
pretty. That came out
That
so
was a
great.
fun little one to do.
It was just a little starter one, but tons of people did it, and hopefully they're doing more now. Because
It's a good beginner one.
yeah, I think that was a good one. Grace, I gotta know what you're working on. Let me come over here. I'm gonna walk over Walden. Don't worry, honey, I'm not gonna step on you.
This is, my granddaughter asked me to do a snow scene. So I like to personalize them. So she's, you see that
Yes.
huge, that's Goddess of the Hump. She's an
Diana?
archer.
Okay.
And so put this deer
Oh, yeah.
over here once I get it hooked. And those are tie tacks.
Oh, gosh, how funny is that?
Yeah, so I have a good time with that. And then she also likes bunnies, so we have to have a couple little bunnies in here.
Oh, gosh.
So I got,
Yeah, that's just a little one, and you can see the
yeah,
tail
little
too.
bunny, little tooty footprints.
Oh my God!
And this is beaded snowflakes I'm putting.
Are those like applique things, and then you attach them?
Oh, no.
You do it on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I buy a package of beads and then I spend a week or two figuring out what I'm gonna do with
You
them.
love doing that stuff, though, don't
I
you?
do.
You love it. And
Yeah.
your stuff is always very personal. I remember from
Very personal,
It
yeah.
is your family. You know, everybody's represented. Now, when you find things like the tie tacks, do you just find stuff and hold on to it until you need it?
Oh, no, I spend a terrible amount of time online, clicking around. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's wonderful, all the things available nowadays.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. I love hunting for stuff online too.
Makes a big difference to the family, you know, if I put that little bitty tie tack in there, she's so happy.
Yeah. Yeah, and the bunnies. I mean, it's all so pretty. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful scene.
Makes a big difference.
It makes a big difference.
This is just a pretty little brook near my house.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
but it was a perfect background for what's happening.
It's so pretty, and the trees are so pronounced. You've got the extreme darks, and then the snowies, and a little bit of the bluey white. It's so well done. Oh, everything that you do is so well done. It's very, very fine.
This is plastic yarn. That's why it sparkles.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to stuff it so that it'll be
You're gonna do the trapunto?
3D. Yeah, that's from Bulgaria.
Where you found the yarn? You were shopping. You were shopping far and wide.
Yeah,
No, that's great.
I get around.
Oh, it's such a lot of fun because that yarn it really sparkles. And then with the addition of your snowflake beads, it's really remarkable. It's just,
The trick is gonna be try to make it work right in a photograph.
it's hard to photograph it when you've got all those little nuances, right?
Well, I'm not that good at my photography.
Well, it's like anything. If you try to photograph like fireworks or a beautiful sunset, it never looks right.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the prettiest, finest things that you want to have a good photograph. It's impossible. It's the same with everything. And I think rugs are the same. It's very hard to get a good photo of rugs.
Yeah.
That must drive you crazy because your pieces have so much happening in all sort of quadrants. I mean, it's everywhere. There's interest.
Keeps it from getting boring.
Yeah. Is that what it is? You got to keep it lively. How many rugs do you think you?
Well, I had 25 in the last show
You
that were
did.
finished. We don't want to talk about the unfinished, right?
Yeah. No, we don't want to talk about that. Do you normally stop working on a rug because you lose interest or you run out of supplies? You wouldn't run out of supplies, would you?
No,
It's not that.
That's not a problem.
not a prayer on that one.
But sometimes the wind just takes you in a different direction.
Well, I get a large family. If I'm working on something that's not specific for one person, and somebody puts in a request, they get priority.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're also beautiful. Now, if this isn't giving something away, when you do your trapunto, because it really is your thing, is it hard to decide what shapes and how much you want to do in that technique? Or do you usually have that set into the composition, like, I'm going to trapunto all of the snow?
I read books and books and books on composition.
Yeah.
So, for instance, you got, once you have so I'm into complementary, everything complementary. So if you have a lot of straight lines, you want a lot of swirly lines to offset it.
Yeah.
This is, of course, basic complementary color plan.
Yeah.
So I don't do anything because I'm good at it and it's natural. They give me advice.
Yeah. I think that's a great way to do it. Right.
Well, it's the only thing that works for me.
Yeah, I think that's great.
And you can get the wisdom of the ages that way.
That's it.
It's a lot easier than the strain in your brain.
That's it. And it's always good to have a refresher.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
If you look at a trapunto book or an old Bargello or embroidery book, sometimes you think, oh, I haven't thought of that for years.
Yeah.
right? And it's like, whoa, that's a great idea. Let me borrow that, right? Because it's just technique,
Wonderful nowadays how people are combining all the techniques.
isn't it?
It makes an awful lot more available for you because you've got all these old stashes you can access.
That's true. That's true. And I remember with your rugs that I saw in Green Mountain,
Yeah.
there were so many of them were set in a special place.
Yeah.
Where would you say most of your rugs are set?
All of them are happy memories. Whenever I was with a member of the family and something very nice that you want to memorialize, that's what I put down into a piece.
I think that's beautiful. Because if you were a musician, you'd probably write a song, right? Or you would do something that reflected that moment and that memory. And you've got the most incredible rugs. I know that the
A
viewers.
lot of people commenting on that. Yeah.
A lot of people commenting on your rugs because
Yeah.
everybody knows your work. Yeah,
People saying hello.
yeah. A lot of people saying hello.
Yep.
A lot of people happy to see you, I'm sure.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
She's a star.
She's a star of rug cooking, I think, in general. Your stuff is incredible.
Superstar.
Superstar. Absolutely a superstar. Can you see it good?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, all this detail
I
here,
don't
so
know if you can see all
Yeah.
this is the part that's gonna be
people are
tripping.
talking about. People love the trees.
it's gonna slow me down. All those snowflakes on there.
But I bet it's relaxing, right? All those little dots. I bet it's relaxing.
Actually, when I get a piece done, it's a disappointment because I enjoy working on it
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
that I don't like to get it done.
I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Do other people have that experience where you're working on something and it's so great at the beginning and then you don't even know what happened anymore? I guess that's life. That's life. But it just happens that way, doesn't it? And you don't know why. And it's like, oh, it's such a loss when you fall out of love with a piece that you're working on, right? Jay, are you sneaking over to the Cheeto dish?
Well, I'm looking for my mudslide. I'm trying to find my mudslide.
Oh, I think that's great. I think this is a remarkable piece. Just
Here,
remarkable.
Jay, it's a Cheeto
Oh,
dish.
thank
Is this
you.
a Pittsburgh frame? The frame is a black Pittsburgh?
My frame is probably older than you. I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Well, I'm 52, so maybe not.
I
Maybe not.
definitely bought this in the 70s.
Okay. I was 72. But we normally see the blue with the folding frames.
Yeah, those are the new ones.
Yeah, this one is like a unicorn.
Yes, and it gets used every day all this time.
You love this frame.
I'm a real salesman for
Yeah.
these frames.
Oh, that's fantastic. I wonder if they still sell those.
Yeah, no, blue ones.
The blue ones,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh. Those really are great because they fold flat for travel.
Yeah.
And and they're light, right? They go right into the suitcase. Yeah, they are fantastic. Well, it's so fun. It's so fun to see what you're working on. I can't wait to see it finished. If you finish it, no pressure. You might decide to move on to something else, right? But this is for a family member, so you probably will finish it.
Yeah,
That's absolutely beautiful.
thank you.
Are welcome. Can I come over and visit with you?
Sure.
Oh my gosh, can we see what you're working here? Rebecca, right?
Yes.
Yes. Oh gosh. See, my eyes aren't even that good. I got it. Oh, you've got the whole apron, the White Mountain Woolen Magic.
Yes,
Oh, isn't that fun?
it is very fun.
Oh, and you are working on, Linda, she's working on the sun, yeah, you made your presence known.
She's one of my best followers.
Okay, yes, it's a good thing you're doing it. I know, right? Get it done. Oh, it's so beautiful, and you're working with this beautiful yarn.
Yes, yep, I got this up in Concord, New Hampshire. And I looked at it one day, went home and slept on it, and I was like, ooh, I have to go back.
Yeah, do you normally?
I have to go back.
And did you know about the sunflower yet?
Oh, yes,
Okay. Yep, so
Yes.
you thought, well, this is the very thing, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I started in the fall with one of your bundles.
Oh, how fun.
So that is going to be,
The Claremont, Washington,
Yeah.
right? Nobody knew what that was about except for people from around here. It's like the most common bumper sticker around here for sure, right? See, I told you. I
Yep,
told you.
yep.
People are going, what are
so
you
these are
doing?
going to be the
Oh,
petals.
that's perfect for that.
And then this
Oh my God.
I could not leave this in the yarn shop either.
No, no.
The colors are gonna bleed out with this.
Okay.
So there's
Oh, my word.
a much thinner.
Super, super soft.
I
She's adapted that pattern too.
Yeah.
Show
Oh,
them how you-
interesting. Well,
So this is what we love about creativity.
yeah.
And so is your alternate fabric the yarn?
So yes,
Okay.
yarn, and then I have another type of yarn that is coming that has like little loops, and that's gonna be also in that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, Lynn, across the room and us, could you equally, instead of doing an alternate material, do an alternate technique?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're not, our rules, I'm not that bossy that I make everyone, you know.
You don't, you wouldn't
excuse
throw
me.
it on his face or anything.
Kind of. I just want people to take a simple pattern and realize they can change it, they can make it their own. They can, you know, do fine cut, wide cut.
Yeah.
Just the flexibility and the fluidity of hooking, so.
I think stretching a little bit
Right.
with an
And
easy
even
color.
Rebecca's pumpkin was, she had the pumpkin with the moonlight, she took it
Oh
off the,
my God.
on an angle, it was really pretty.
Oh my God.
You'll remember that one, it was
I
the white one,
remember.
remember that one?
Yep.
I remember, that one was crazy.
So just the fact that you can take a simple
Yeah.
design and make it more, and her sunflower now, when you see it, she's
It's great to
fancied
stretch.
it up a little.
It is fancied up. Now, is your preference to work with yarn?
Well, someone else asked me that this evening, and I do like working with yarn, but then I always come back to the wool cloth
Okay.
because although I like texture, I like the wool fabric to kind of calm things down a little.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because I
it's
don't
like
want
a,
it to be
pulse.
too
yeah, too wild and crazy.
right.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, it's a weird balance being the wild
Yes.
and the crazy versus like, something that has roots, is,
Mhm.
yeah, has a good, but this is absolutely gorgeous. Now, in what way did you change this pattern?
I changed it because I'm going to bleed the colors
see.
out. So the
Mm.
petals are gonna that's why I've chosen different, the wool and then yarn, a very thin yarn to distinguish between where the petal actually ends, but then visually the color's gonna bleed out to the sides.
Yep. And are you gonna out, or that's just the lines?
I'm gonna have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Because of course, one thing that might happen is there may not be enough distinction between the petals in the background.
Is the background the plaid that's on the side?
No, that. You always keep things in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
And the pattern itself is
Yeah.
and then the foundation is cut 12 by 12. Well, it was too small for my frame.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember in a distant memory that you could sew a piece of wool fabric on
Yeah.
just so that it fits on your frame.
Great,
So that's
yeah.
what I did.
Great, solving little
Perfect.
problems, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. It's so funny because, when you get to autumn, definitely when you get to winter, plaid is like a neutral,
Yes.
right? Like, it's like, it could be any color plaid, but as soon as you get near the holidays, and then it's
Yeah,
gone.
good point.
Yeah,
Hadn't thought about that.
yeah. Yeah, oh, this is so pretty. So that's gonna be your,
So this is going to be essentially the background,
Yeah.
so to speak.
yeah, God, that's gonna be remarkable.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
And are they, oh, it's gonna be amazing. Are these different, the two?
Yes,
Okay.
because look at the.
It's softer, isn't it?
I'm not a knitter, so I don't know what you call this. I think that's called gauge.
Yeah, it's a thinner gauge and it's not pronounced twisty.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, this is really lovely.
I
Do you
know.
ever double up while you're hooking?
Yes.
Yeah, just to
Yes.
go faster.
Well, and I'm gonna have to play with this to
Yeah.
see how much, because I would also like the background to drop down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'll have to figure out like how many of these strands I'll put together.
Gosh, that's gonna be something, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's
You're going
fun,
great
'cause
guns though.
playing,
You've got, yeah.
playing with color is fun.
Love your basket too. That's really a smart way to travel.
Well, this is from the Peterborough Baskets, which, has now closed after, 100 and some odd years.
Recently?
Yes.
Oh no,
Well, because these are made out of white ash,
Okay.
and white ash, the trees are susceptible to a borer, and we are losing those trees.
Is that
in
like a
Hampshire.
moth or something?
It's
Caterpillar?
it's a caterpillar beetle that bores
boy.
into the trees.
Yeah.
And they also were having some difficulty finding consistent workers, so.
You know, I wonder because I remember when I was at the Deerfield Fair, I was sitting with one of the ladies. She had blonde hair like a bob and glasses, and she had won a rainbow basket. Do you remember that?
Huh.
And it was, I wondered if that was maybe a Peterborough basket. It was exceptional. It was specifically for, well, I don't know if it using it for hooking, but it was like every slat was a different color. It was
Wow.
over the top, really bright, colorful. Hope it wasn't a Peterborough basket because that means it's no more.
I know,
Oh,
I know.
Isn't it awful when those nice things end? We need more baskets in our lives, I think, right?
Well, I don't know, my husband would probably disagree with me.
That one's up for grabs.
We have
Oh, and then there's always baskets that can live
we have
on.
these that come from Margaret in Maine, who's gonna be at our, Kathy has one too.
Oh, you're
Kathy, show me the
kidding.
basket.
Oh, you're kidding.
Look
So
at-
those are left, oh, Jimmy
So,
Cricket.
See, there are other baskets.
There are other baskets. Those
There
are
are
beautiful.
cards still on here.
Aren't
Yeah.
they beautiful?
They're like big bucket bags.
Yeah,
huh?
this holds a Puritan frame
Oh,
and
you're
my, it
kidding.
holds my, Pittsburgh as well.
And it's got, yours has leather straps.
Mine has leather
Marcus,
straps.
does yours have leather straps?
Unfortunately not, but.
Okay.
It's still nice,
Mine
but look
has-
at the design
Mine has
on them.
leather that are braided.
Oh, my word.
She has all different styles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have her info if anybody wants to.
Jay, take a picture of the card so we can
She
look at
just-
these.
I
Oh, you did, you got a
yeah.
picture of the card. So are these baskets, I'm gonna ask an impertinent question, are they like $100 or like $300?
This was under $100. My big
Okay.
one was under 100 and it's all
Oh, I think that's
handmade.
very reasonable.
This one is 55.
Was this?
Oh my
I think it was 75.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good.
She's great. So she'll be at our Wicked in April vending her
Okay.
baskets. Really nice,
She's in Maine, right?
in Maine, yeah. She
Oh my
makes really
gosh.
nice, like I got a high one with a metal handle that I use when I'm at home to put all my scissors and my hooks and my, it's really, yeah, really good.
I give my credit card to Linda, so I can't go near there.
Do you really, when you're at one of these events?
Yes.
You don't trust
I
yourself, huh?
said, just a minute, come up and hit me if you see me walking near her.
I got basket shamed for buying another one, but I love them. You can't have too many
They're
baskets.
so original, each one is so unique.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
handmade, they're beautiful.
This is one of the things I would really like to learn more about is like antique baskets,
So
you know?
now, yeah, we're not sad about we're sad about Peterborough
Yeah.
basket closing, but we're not sad.
There's still
Not
baskets in your life.
takeover.
Yeah.
Prevail.
Baskets, yeah. So now when you finish this piece, and it seems like it's gonna be soon, what's your next piece gonna be?
Well, that, I'm a pretty slow hooker, because unfortunately I have a lot of distractions.
Wow.
And that's why I started this early, so that I could meet the goal.
Well,
Got-
that's a great idea.
Got a question. Where the thicker yarn that you're using?
Yeah.
Where did you get that? Do you know?
Yes, this here,
Yeah.
in a yarn store in Concord, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Beautiful yarn store.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about having yarn stores is there's not a lot of rug hooking stores, but
I know.
there are a lot of yarn stores.
Yes.
So if you're willing to be, you know, a little
Exactly.
bit flexible, you
That's
can
a
find
very
some.
good point.
Yeah, I mean, when you're on a vacation or something and you need some fiber, you kind of
Yes.
have to choose a yarn store. There's not a lot of options,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not like the old Tupperware Avon days. It's not like
Mhm.
that. We have to make it work. Well, we will see, but I mean, I'm sure by September you're gonna have that piece done.
Absolutely.
So what was your last piece like? Was it the pumpkin?
No, my last piece is part of a project that I'm working on. Was a photograph that I had taken. I spent,
Oh, how
and so I'm working on reupholstering the pillows in my family room and the ottomans. So I'm doing individual studies to get me ready to do the ottomans.
That's amazing too. Are you also a painter?
I have painted many times before.
Yeah. So that can help with the composition part of it.
It really
colors.
does help.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gosh,
It's fun.
I bet that sounds like an amazing project.
Yeah.
I always forget what beaches are around here in New Hampshire.
Well, we only have, what is it, 14 miles of beaches, which did get washed away a few
Oh,
weeks
really?
ago. But
Oh,
Maine's
you're
not too
kidding.
far away,
No,
so.
that's true, that's true. No,
And I spend a lot of time in Maine, so.
yeah, oh, Maine's so good, isn't it?
Yes, very wonderful.
Oh, I love Maine. My favorite is the Cape. The Cape, like Cape Cod is just
Well, that also is also beautiful.
so pretty.
Exactly.
Oh, what I've never been like a Jersey Shore person. There's always that, at least when I was growing up, because now I'm in my 50s, but there was always this divide between people who were Jersey Shore people and people who were Cape Cod people. So it was always easy to choose like the current boyfriend or whatever, because it obviously had to be a Cape Cod person, right? It was just, apples and oranges.
The Cape is Irish.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
But the great Irish pub that used to be there closed last summer. Great Heartaches on Route 28. I hate Route 28, but there was an Irish pub that was there for decades.
The Irish Village.
Is that still there? The
I
Irish
think so,
Village?
yeah.
Okay. There is a big Irish population there, isn't there?
Mhm.
And I think Portuguese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Marblehead
Yeah.
and, yes, because I grew up sailing and sailed down.
Pretty. In Newport, there's a big
Yes.
Portuguese population there. At least there's a big statue down there.
Mhm.
It's so nice to know what people are doing and where they're coming from. So many nice places to go to. Well,
Here are.
we're gonna have to keep an eye on where you're going from here.
Yes.
But you might not finish it during the talk tomorrow. But you might.
No, I definitely will not.
You can give it a good old try. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's fun to see you working with the yarn, and then you're gonna introduce the wool strips. I think that's fantastic. Thank you so much for getting that set. That was a really fun set.
Oh, it is very beautiful set.
Thank you. That's a classic.
It sat on my table for weeks because it just was like, it was so nice to look
Oh,
at.
Can't wait to shop tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of shopping.
Okay, good.
I've never put together so much stuff in a short time in my life. It's like insane what I did.
Patterns.
I brought a ton of patterns from my second book, which is coming out now. But unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, I don't have the book. It didn't come in time. So I did have like 2 crates of the books, but I had to send them out. And I thought that the next ones would come in time, and they didn't. And it was my fault because the order was stuck queued. Do you ever have that in your email? Like it's
No.
queued and it doesn't go? What's
Yes.
up with that lately? Everything is queued and I didn't know. So it's probably gonna arrive tomorrow. But I brought almost all of the patterns that are in this next book, the Design Like book, and I even brought a few sneaky patterns that are in Design Like 2, and I brought the one pattern I'm working on now, the magazine, because I have a new magazine coming out with Judy Taylor. Everybody knows Judy Taylor, and yeah, we have a new magazine that will be out in March called Magpie Times, and it's an all fiber magazine. It's not just hooking, but it's heavy emphasis on hooking. So Judy and I have been working on that for a few months, and I have the first pattern that nobody's seen yet. I only have one of the patterns on linen available because it's large, and I did a lot in the last few days. But you'll see some stuff that nobody's seen yet, which is maybe exciting.
I ordered your book from the book club, the rug cooking, but I haven't got it yet.
I'm surprised you. I thought maybe I might get in trouble because my pre-orders are arriving before the ones that Real Cooking Magazine sent to the book club.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm hoping that they come soon because I think maybe that was naughty that I sent them out immediately. I wasn't told not to, so I just mailed them,
Right,
you know.
They sent them to you, so.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to sit on a bunch of, so we will see. That's a to be continued, but it will be possible to order the book tomorrow, and then I'll do like free shipping because I should have them with me, and they're out. But I think it'll be a while. I think it could be, somebody said like the middle of February before Rug Cooking Book Club mails it.
Are
Which
they
is a
on
bummer.
Amazon now?
No, they won't be on Amazon for quite a few months after it comes out with Rug Cooking Magazine. They never line things up in a way where it's immediately. Friend Rebecca Martin of
Mhm.
Storyteller Wool, her book came out in December and it's still not available anywhere else. So it's a bit of a holding pattern, and I don't know why. I don't have an opinion on it, but it would be nice when things were out if they were also possible to buy. But sometimes that doesn't happen. So to be continued. That was naughty, wasn't it? I shouldn't have gone that far.
It's okay.
Yeah, I wish I knew all this, the powers that be, all the secrets of the powers that be. Nina, how's it going? This is
This is another from our challenge.
This is the 3
This
sunflowers.
is a 3.
Okay, so when Linda said it's either the one there's no 2 sunflowers, right? It's the 1 or the 3. Okay. And why did you pick the 3?
Because I wanted to show a different couple of techniques. Like you said, instead of using different fabrics, I decided to go with a different technique.
The Pradi is so beautiful.
The one in the front to give it some,
And the little faces, look at those
Yeah, I
sweet
decided
faces.
to add those. I'm kind of playing around with that. I have to change the color of the mouths to give them a little more prominence, but initially I wanted them to be very subtle.
Yep.
The faces, and then I kind of.
There's a
Maybe
lot of
the eyes.
expression. The eyes are very,
Yeah.
like they're very expressive. You can tell it's a smile.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I like it just the way it is. I love the color. And you won't be doing the big Pradi sort of wreath around all of them. You're going to do them all
No,
different.
just, I'm gonna do these just regular flat hooking
Huh.
to kind of give some depth to it.
Oh, very good. So it's almost like a little sampler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, how fun is that? Now, were you all excited to see the sunflowers as a motif for this year?
I was, yeah, because I'm actually
Yeah.
going to do the other one too, because I have some.
Oh, the
some
pumpkins?
thoughts. No,
Oh,
the
those
single
single-
one,
yeah.
because I want to play around with some, I'm thinking of adding beads and stuff
Ooh.
into them, so I kind of got some thoughts going on
Ooh,
there.
is this Waldeboro here, or does it just look raised?
It just looks nice.
Okay, well, it's very good. Looped.
No, it's loose.
Oh, it's very good.
Yeah, it's just a loose weave. I think it's just kind of blending.
Oh, it's very good. Are you gonna hook the background?
I am. I haven't really decided yet what I'm going to do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's tons of time. You're working, I mean, you're working away like a Trojan on it. It's a lot of work. Were these the pre-cut ones?
No, I cut them by hand. All
Okay.
individually by hand.
And do you do like a little paper template to get
I
you going?
did. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good move. So they look similar.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did it look like a clipped bow?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, with pointy
I started,
edges.
yeah, with just a long strip
Yep.
and then folded it in half and kind of made little.
It's
shapes.
coming out so well. What a lot of fun. And how long have you been hooking?
I've been hooking for about 15 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I usually do a lot more detailed work, so I'm just kind of having fun with this.
It's nice to relax like that once in a while, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think at the Deerfield Fair, you did talk about one of my rugs. I did the 3 pets. I think you called them the floating heads. I don't know if
I
you
loved
remember.
Yes,
Some of my
that was obviously a
pieces.
personal piece and they were
Yeah,
your heads.
Yeah.
Oh, the 3 heads.
So, yeah.
In the best way. That was a
Yeah.
great,
Oh, I
it was
know.
like a triple portrait.
Yeah, it was.
It reminded me of the school photos, right? With
Yeah,
the, yes.
exactly.
Yeah, I
liked-
love that.
I loved that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, those are good memories. How fun. Well, this is,
Yeah.
this is coming along so
thank you.
well.
This is a good break because I'm doing a huge rug of my house and my gardens and a little sampler of all the different flowers in my
Oh,
garden.
you're kidding.
This is like a good break to do something kind of quirky.
Oh
and
my
fun.
gosh. And is it like a typical flower garden that you've got going?
Yeah, I guess, but where I live is like it's a big rock garden
Yeah.
with flowers. So I have
Ooh.
kind of the house off to the side of my rug and then the sample of all the different kinds of flowers in my gardens, so.
Ooh, how fun is that? That's another really personal thing.
it
You
is.
like rugs that are like a collection of things.
I do.
Rather than a single
I do,
motif, like
yeah.
more than one face and all the flowers. And
Yep,
that's really
absolutely.
nice.
Yeah.
Because if you're working on it for a long time, you might as well have a bunch of motifs that all mean something. Rather
Exactly.
than just one
And you
image.
can kind of switch, you get tired of working on one little part, you can go work on something else.
That's
and-
it. Oh, I
keep
bet
it
that's
going,
so
yeah.
pretty. So is your flower rug like boxed out with like little squares? of
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, interesting.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's really fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
my
enjoying that
gosh.
one.
Oh my gosh. Is it going to be something for the floor?
Oh, no. Not with my pets in the house, no.
Oh gosh. No, I see. I can see that would be better on the wall as a treasure. That sounds so fun. I've been working on a lot of garden rugs too, because the first issue of the magazine has a garden theme.
Oh.
So it's kind of nice, and you're very welcome to send in anything you want if you have garden rugs. But a lot of people have been sending in garden rugs for the gallery section that are like maybe not as like big in scope as the one you've got going, but you know, pictures of their gardens and single flowers that they've hooked and gardens that they visited in other countries. Like somebody did a feature on a garden in Scotland. With some old photos and, you know, try to reproduce some of those flowers. It's so neat. It's so neat. Somebody's working on like a feature on a colonial garden. So yeah, I'm just starting to appreciate gardens and I'm at the beginning of being able to recognize specific flowers.
Mhm.
So like, I see that that's a sunflower, but anything maybe beyond that is maybe, you know, a little bit depth of knowledge, but this is a great pattern.
Flowers are my passion. so,
Are they?
Yes, I do for work in the plant industry, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
And is it like a 4-season thing?
It is,
Oh,
yeah, I do work
really?
year round, and we do indoor plants in the winter, but.
Okay,
in
so you
the
keep things in
summer-
greenhouses so it can keep going?
Yes, yep,
Oh, how
yeah.
fun is that?
yeah.
You're really knowledgeable about plants.
I like to think so anyway.
Oh, I'm sure you are. You're modest, but I'm sure you are. I think, I bet everybody does other stuff. You do your gardening and your cooking. Do you do other crafts as well?
Yeah, I do,
Yeah.
I've done crafts my whole life,
Yeah.
yeah,
They all go together, don't
they
they?
do, yep.
I don't know what it is, but it really is like, when you do one thing, you want to do a bunch more things. It all goes like hand in hand, doesn't it?
It does, yeah,
Yeah, but hooking is obviously the best,
absolutely.
obviously, right? To some of our buddies, I haven't checked in for a while.
Yeah, you could grow and say some
Oh.
more hellos and stuff.
Oh,
There's no more distinct questions. Everybody's just saying they love the pieces and hellos.
oh,
So
well, it's great to see everybody on a Friday night. I'm glad
Yeah.
that we got to connect tonight.
a lot of people watching.
Oh, I'm so glad. Does anybody else want to share anything else while we're sitting here?
Maybe our hook-in's coming up.
Yeah, that's a goodie.
We
That's a
have a
goodie.
big hook-in on it's Saturday, April 27th in Manchester, New Hampshire. And we'll make a magic page.
Yeah.
It's a full day of hook-in with vendors and lunch, snacks, gifts, really cool gifts, maybe some Cheetos. Oh,
Is
it's
it on your
Kathy's
birthday?
birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be
So I
sorry.
didn't get a gift. for
You're gonna be sorry you told me that now. Maybe not sorry.
Aw, that's
But
gonna
that'll
be
be
fun,
fun.
huh?
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Good opportunity to get together with a lot of people, and
Guild is a big guild.
we have 105 members, I think, now, and I think 3 more people joining tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're very excited to see you tomorrow.
Oh, how
too.
great is it? Well, they must live nearby for them to be able to
We
make
have
it.
people from Maine, Massachusetts, Vermont
Yeah,
who come.
that all makes sense. I mean, I think your guild is also very friendly.
We try to
You're a very friendly guild. It's
We try
not
to
a
be.
coven of witches.
right. No, I've been to other, not necessarily. Look, I've been to other. No one's. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Sometimes
it's-
people don't feel inclined to say hello.
you have to.
Or move their bag so you can sit down, Sometimes that happens, but not in this guild.
No, I won't allow it. If that ever happens,
Yeah,
they're,
yeah. You just let them know how
I
it is.
let them know.
Yeah, it's good.
No,
It's
be
good to be
friendly, and
fair.
we're
Yeah.
all here for the same thing, to have fun, hook our rugs.
Yeah, for some companionship,
Right.
making
Oh,
some friends.
I love our Saturday meetings.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun.
Is it once a,
First Saturday of every month.
oh, that's fantastic. And where do you usually meet in Manchester?
We meet in Manchester at St. Paul's United Methodist Church. It's on Smith Road. And
Okay,
we have, everyone brings food to share. We bring our own lunch. We have coffee. Bring your hooking. It's fun.
yeah, that sounds real fun.
Fun.
And is there sometimes a speaker like tomorrow?
Yes, most always a speaker or something to do. Occasionally we have just a general hook in. It's hard in the winter with the weather, but we're blessed with good weather for you.
Yeah, so it's.
Because
yeah,
last year, I think you got snowed out 3 times, I think, when we
Yeah.
tried to do this.
Sounds right. Yeah, it's funny this
So-
year. You do have snow on the ground, but it looks
Yeah.
really beautiful.
And I think the groundhog, I don't know, what, saw a shadow, didn't see
Didn't
a shadow?
see a shadow.
So that means
I think we're good to
short
go.
spring? Good,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
early spring.
good.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Yeah,
It
good
must be
point.
good. What's that?
Good point.
Yeah.
More rain.
I know,
Right.
it could be weird. This is like, the last year on Earth. Yes. But yeah, it's hard to know what it means. But yeah, this is a great guild, so definitely one to think about. And Grace belongs to the Seacoast Guild too, right? The Seacoast Guild in Maine. And how often does the Seacoast Guild meet?
We meet once a month, just like most all the rest of them.
Yep.
And they're a very experienced group,
Yeah.
hardly anybody new, and very, very active. They work with historic homes of New.
You're kidding, I've belonged forever.
And what we've been doing is replicating rugs in the historic homes that have been damaged for different reasons.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, and so we draw the design and then everybody contributes wool. And then we hand it around and everybody hooks on a rug and we donate it. One of the biggest ones we did up the stairs for one of the homes.
Oh my gosh. Is this the organization that includes, Beauport in Gloucester?
We did do one for both.
Okay, because they've
Yeah.
got a lot of rugs.
Yes,
Yeah.
they've got a lot of them, all her favorite style.
All the permanent.
Yeah, there's a lot of geometrics there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And they do a lot of shows. Every year they do a show. We specifically to help nursing homes.
Mhm.
And what we do is we all bring in a couple rugs and we put them up and down the halls for
Oh,
the people.
wow.
And so if they're in a wheelchair, we put them that height for them. And they just positively love it.
Do a lot of people say, oh, I used to do that?
No, that we did that at the fair.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, at the fair, they all say, my grandmother.
okay, yeah. Isn't that funny? And I think a lot of people say, oh, I used to do that, but they mean latch hook,
Right.
right? That happens all the time, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with latch hook, but it's just
Exactly.
different, isn't it? It's apples and oranges again.
Another thing, Linda, you can probably, know more about it, about the kits that we're putting together for the beginners.
Yep.
Our guild is doing that. That
Okay.
we have a pattern, no, linen.
Linen, hooks, I'm ordering hooks. We wanna
Oh,
do a
that's
learn to hook day, or for like new members who, we've had some members come in that have bought a kit and they're just not good quality. You
Yeah.
can't learn on
No.
crap.
No, if
So-
it's falling apart in your hands,
Yep.
it's not gonna work.
Yep, Melissa from Honey Beehive donated her cutoffs off
Oh,
the ends of her
great.
patterns.
Okay.
So one of our members is serging them. One of our members ordered some hoops from, I think, Joanne, just some. I'm ordering hooks from Joanne's. We have donated wool. I just bought cookie cutters at one of the thrift stores.
Oh, yeah,
Big cookie cutters for templates.
yeah.
So at one meeting, we'll draw out a couple template, a couple
Oh, yeah.
designs, and then put the wool together, have it all done, type up some instructions, have like a list of resources, like your videos, your website,
Yeah.
a couple other people in the area, so that people can have a handout or a QR code to go to a central webpage to help them.
Yeah, and it's great to just enable people to use whatever, like
Right.
their t-shirts and.
Correct,
cut out
and because
clothing.
I'm a big one, I'm the one who uses all the alternate fabrics.
Yeah.
Not the one, but other people do too, but just to show people that you can do it.
Yeah,
And then we have the Palace Theatre in Manchester has graciously donated us a space to hold an event for one weekend, so
oh, really?
that'll be
To
nice.
work on hooking?
For people to come and learn.
See.
So
Oh my
that's gonna be really
gosh.
fun.
Now, you could have a good number of people turn out.
We could.
Yeah.
So, we
Ha,
could.
sorry, sorry. Yeah,
Yep.
no, I mean, you
But
get a big turnout.
That's what we need to do. We need to promote this because everyone needs art in their lives. There's not enough of that in the schools any longer, and
No,
I'm a big proponent of that.
yeah, this is not something you learn at school because it's just too expensive.
Right.
Even like quilting, I mean, the kids just are doing the stupidest crafts. I don't mean to sound judgmental. Things can be cut out with paper, right? 10 years go by, you're still in elementary school, you're still cutting stuff with paper. There's really no money in schools anymore to help you do things that are textile crafts.
Correct.
It's really disappointing. I remember I did, last year, I think, I did a program at a library in the center of Hartford, which, it was like in the worst possible neighborhood. And it was people who've never done really any crafts before. And I was amazed at, there were people who were like 13, 14. There were people who came who were like 80, 90. The demographic was incredible. It was right across the board. And I just used leftover stuff like you're describing, leftover burlap, right? And hoops and stuff like that. It was incredible. Everybody did so well. It was remarkable. It was such a good use of time,
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that. We'll try to put that together in the fall, I
Oh,
think.
God, yeah.
Another guild member and myself, we live in, and we're gonna put up a little mini show in our library.
Ooh.
And they have a craft group that meets once a month, and we're just gonna bring in some of the kids that we're gonna put together, so that they can see them.
Gosh, is that gonna be fun? What month is that?
And wait, Debbie is still on vacation
Okay.
in a warm location,
not
so we
here.
have to wait.
Yeah, that's a to be continued.
Yeah, hopefully in the spring sometime.
Okay, oh, that's very soon. Yeah, that'll be great. That's another great idea, isn't it? The libraries.
Mhm.
Yeah, go into the library Oh, they all have little display cases, don't they?
Right, and Grace does that in Fremont, right, Grace?
Oh.
You go to the Fremont Library?
Yeah, Fremont's about this big, and they had a vote to build a new library, and I passed by one vote. And they are
Ooh.
so enthusiastic there that they're gonna have that library be just the best one. So, a lady called me up and she said, we're gonna start a little hooking group, would you? And I said, oh, that sounds great, because they're right close by. When I got there, I was the only one ever hooked. So now we're at 2 years later, and they're all hooking, and the other groups have contributed to get these people started, you know.
Yeah.
It's really a nice thing. We put on shows in the York Library, in the Portsmouth Library, libraries all around here have been very supportive.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
That's really fantastic.
Yeah.
Are the libraries sometimes aligned with the historical societies? No, not really.
Not always. I don't think so. No, they're very separate.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody, this is a weird question, but I wonder if, since New Hampshire is the land of the Helen Albee rug, right, like the Abenaki rug, has anybody ever seen one of those in real life?
I think
No.
they have them in the New Hampshire Historical
They
Museum.
Two.
They have two. I went a long time ago, but it
Okay.
was before I could really appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen one in person, like at antique stores, I've never seen one. Cause I'm always looking for the silk, it's like a silk label that's printed in red. And it's like, it's like a hen's tooth because, they were sold to the department stores and then the department stores cut the tags out. So they look like they were made in-house. And I'm just wondering if anyone has ever seen one. I mean, it is, if it's not gonna be in New Hampshire, right, it's not looking good, is it? I don't expect to see one in Florida.
Is it a hook rug?
Yeah, they were all hooked. But the woman who did it, her name was Helen Albee. This is like 1900, 1901. She was very abrasive, like a very abrasive personality. And she was a summer visitor in the town where, you know, she decided to set up this mission. And her thought, it was philanthropy. She would get, it was a fishing village, like Grenfell or, you know, Nova Scotia. And her idea was that if she could enable the women to get some income going, you know, things could change for them. But when she said about it, she absolutely insisted that they only do patterns that were based on Native American art. Because like one of her famous quotes is something like, a woolly rose is like a very like secondary, like she did not like the ideas of flowers and scrolls. And so she only designed like Native American motifs, and it didn't appeal to everybody, but she kept the business going for many, many years. But she ruled it like a kind of like a tyrant, you know. And she, like her design aesthetic, like in Aboriginal and Native art, that aesthetic was the brand, and there was no second guessing. There were no whatever. But an interesting was that in this small town, the women did start making rugs, and they were being sold in department stores in New York City. And the women started bringing in a lot of money, and it changed the dynamic of the town because the women were the main breadwinners, and the men didn't make anything like what the women made. So it changed the whole domestic sort of landscape of this town, and that was good and bad because it created a lot of abuse. Were very angry that women were earning more, but they did have this wonderful outlet of making these rugs, and as quick as they could make them, they could sell them. So that is New Hampshire, a little bit further north. But
Tamworth, I just looked around.
yes, Tamworth, exactly. Whenever I go to antique stores around here or in Maine, and I see a rug that looks like geometric or Native American, I think, oh my God, please let it be an Abenaki rug. It's always a Jane McGowan or something, or like a Grenfell, or not a Grenfell, what's the Canadian one? The boat, the Blue Nose, right? They did a ton of the same. Yeah, it's always disappointing. So I'm waiting for that moment that somebody posts one of those rugs, and I'm going to go, I can't believe it. It does exist, because it's a crazy story. Well, it was certainly fun being here tonight.
Thank you.
It was certainly fun seeing what everybody's working on.
And we definitely got a sneaky peeky at the sunflower, right? The
It's gonna
sunflower
be
pattern.
fabulous.
How many people do you think are gonna put rugs
I
in?
don't know, we had 35, I think. I didn't think we were gonna get any last year. I cried. I cried when I saw them, because I did kind of force people to do them with their not orange. I think it scared a lot of people, but I think once everyone did it, it was fun.
Yeah.
So the sunflowers, I've mailed out a ton of patterns at our guild, so it's
Fun.
it'll be good. I'm so excited. I hope there's room at the building. We'll take
Oh,
over
you've got
there.
a huge space.
We're pushing the quilters and the braiders right out.
Right there, right.
Right out.
Boom. Yeah, they all have beautiful work. And there's a lace making, there's so much there.
There's so much. The fiber, that rug barn is full of
Oh, that was
so much
crazy.
creativity.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. A lot of wool applique too. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. A lot of, what's her name? Sue Spargo. So pretty. God, it was good. So also a plug in September for the Deerfield Fair. That will be coming up sooner than you think, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So should we close for tonight? Does anybody want to say anything else?
Just thank you for coming.
Yes, thank
Oh,
you.
thank you for having me.
We're excited.
I mean, did you want me to come visit with you or do you want to be? Can I come visit? No. Okay,
No.
I'm gonna leave it. Thank you so much. You made a great contribution by allowing us to come and film here. I really
Yes,
appreciate it.
thank you.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow having put it together specifically for this guild. Right, with the idea that Maud Lewis would be the main star. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow, and I will see the rest of you on Monday and Wednesday this week at noon Eastern Standard Time, same channel. And then we will look forward to next Friday night. We'll figure that out further down the road. But it was great seeing everybody tonight. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you soon. Good night, everybody. Did you want to pan one more time?
Yeah, as I figure out.
We'll be like, bye, everybody.
Yeah.